Alright, so what is good, everybody on YouTube? This is of course your boy B, Bullet RC, coming at you guys again with yet another. And listen, man, the weekend is almost over, so you don't know what that means, man. It's time to get into this week's Heat or Hype, where we get into the latest sneaker releases, sneaker rumors, or anything I want to talk about in the sneaker or streetwear world. That is what we do here today. And remember, if I don't talk about a shoe, either I forgot about it, didn't edit it in, or it was just that basura that I did not want to expose y'all to it, even though I'm probably still gonna expose you to it. Now, before we hop into the video, I just wanted to remind you guys about that $500 giveaway going on right now on IG. There's a few days left. I want to make sure I get as many people in as possible, because remember, you'll be winning a free $500 gift card to spend however you want. The link to that post will be down below, as well as, yes, there was a new Sample Industries drop yesterday, the 45 degree breakers V2 in the unreleased white and black colorway. Obviously I got the windbreaker back there, so a link will be down below for that as well. But as far as this week goes, man, of course we had a few different releases, some surprise releases as well. We had some new leaked photos. We got some basura that I might have to rant about just a little bit, because, well, you will see when we get there. So listen, man, let's go ahead and get into this week's Heat or Hype. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop into a few releases. First off, we had, well, some people were calling this the blue game instead of the flu game. As far as sneaker news goes, I'm just gonna stick to the black and blue 12. So the black and blue colorway did drop. You guys know how I felt about this one. It was no need for me to go out and spend $190 on this shoe. I've been seeing reviews, seem like they seem decent on feet, but for me personally, it wasn't one of those necessary colorways. Like I said, man, I do still have my flu games and I still have my French blues. So I have those two pairs of 12s. I am very, very close to selling them because I never wear them, but if I'm close to selling those, I definitely don't need to be buying these. Now, we also got a Yeezy release, and that was, of course, the Cloud White Yeezy 350 V2. You guys, once again, know how I feel about these ones. When the first mock-ups came out of this shoe, I thought they were fire. They're more of a silver and white, not too much of that kind of light blue cloudy tint on the upper. For me, it was just a cool colorway of the Yeezy 350. Wasn't the worst thing, it wasn't the best thing, but it definitely wasn't a need for me, and that's why I kept the 220 in my pocket and then picked these joints up. Now, another release kind of out of nowhere this week was a Nintendo 64 pair of Air Max 97s, and I'm probably not gonna buy them, but as far as like nostalgia goes, I think these are actually really, really hard. And obviously you guys can see where the inspiration comes from. Even the power and reset on the tongue tabs, you got the Air Max on the back and that old school Nintendo font, and all over the upper on these you can see all those Nintendo 64 colors mixed in on the upper. So that one was definitely kind of out of nowhere this week. So we had the blue and black 12s, we had the Cloud White Yeezys, as well as the Nintendo 64 Air Max 97s, and I'm sure there's a couple more that I'm missing, but I guess they weren't that important, or I just didn't care because they're not on my list of tabs right now. Now, the next release we got is actually dropping tomorrow. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a reminder, and this is the Citron Yeezy 350, and it is weird for this shoe to drop on a Monday, but believe me, it will at least probably drop on Yeezy Supply. That's what happened with the Magnet 700s. They haven't seemed to be dropping anywhere else. So as far as the slated release date, these Citrons are supposed to be dropping tomorrow, so be looking out in Yeezy Supply. I know some boutique sites or boutique shops have already done their raffles for them as well. For me, this one is just like the Cloud White pair, because we got the Citron and Cloud White mock-ups at the same time. Both of the mock-ups look great, and then we saw the actual shoe, and I'm just not the biggest fan. This Citron pair right here, someone said, or it was probably on a blog site, that's a mixture of the butter and the sesame. I've owned both of those and I've sold both of them, so yeah, this one not on the top of my priority list at all. Now, as you guys know, I have talked about a lot of Golf LaFleur Converses, and I still don't own a pair, but with this one right here, because I really like the album, I remember the bubble jacket dropping too. Really should have got that bubble jacket, but nonetheless, this right here is the Cherry Bomb Converse, of course, the Golf Floor Converse, and these are supposed to be releasing on October 12th. Now, I definitely don't think this pair is as easy to wear as some of the 1-stars out there. Some of the 1-star colorways I would say are better than this one, but I actually really like Cherry Bomb. So for me, this shoe is going to be a cop. Even if I really don't get a lot of wear out of them, I still need at least one pair of Golf Floors in the collection. And if all goes well, I'll go ahead and add these in the studio room somewhere. So October 12th, Golf Floor, Converse, Cherry Bomb, Chucks, blam, you got. Now up next, we actually got a return of the OG Nike Air Flight 89. Now I only own one pair of Flight 89s. That's my old tan, Vachetta tan pair. Yes, I still own that Nike Lab pair of 89s, but we're gonna have 3 more colorways dropping. As you guys can see, it's kind of a tan or kind of like a sesame colorway, a black and royal blue, as well as a white and university red. Now in my opinion, for $120, this is a great shoe, especially for the fall. I don't really like 89s with shorts, at least on me. And this is just an all over leather retro Nike shoe. And in my opinion, it's a perfect fall sneaker. It's all over leather too, so you really ain't gotta worry about them like that. Now up next, this shoe right here, I wrote off a long time ago. And whoever took this photo knew exactly what they were doing, because they took a great photo of the shoe to make me kind of second guess my decision. And that is the shipping Air Jordan 1, or the first class Air Jordan 1. Obviously inspired by like shipping in first class overnight. It's got a barcode on it, all that. Now the thing that makes this shoe look so good in this photo is because you can't really see that the leather is perforated. I think the perforated leather on these is the worst part about them. If it was without that, if all the leather was like the mid panel, this might be a cop for me. I think that really hurts it. As far as the white and yellow goes, there's nothing wrong with a white and yellow Air Jordan 1. It's just the choice of some of the materials kind of mess it up for me. And some of those early photos were trash too. This makes them look way better. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's hop into the Basuda of the week. The first shoe, I'm sorry I gotta do it to it because it wasn't the worst shoe, but the way that Nike put it out, the way that Don C kind of approached it and Nike approached it, they made it seem like this shoe was a Don C shoe, and they really just pump faked everybody, released a ton of shit ass colorways, and now we're stuck with colorways like this on the Air Jordan, or the Jordan Legacy 312. Obviously this shoe takes from the 3, the 2, and the 1, and this colorway right here is one of the most unnecessary colorways of this sneaker. When we first got this shoe, we got 3 colorways. I believe it was the neon green pair, the blue, black, and white, as well as the medicine ball pair, like the Bo Jackson. All 3 of these colorways had their pros. All 3 of these colorways were probably some of the best ones from the pack, and maybe it was the Agassiz. I think maybe the black, royal, and white ones came out first, and then the 3-pack came out. I'm not sure. Either way, what I'm saying is Nike ruined this shoe because they pump fake, bro. I remember reading about this shoe, and they had just done talk about, yeah, man, I was inspired, you know, putting the 3, you know, the 1 and the 2, you know, they just kind of started it off, and then come to find out this is just some generic ass Nike and Jordan creation that they were just gonna drop a million ugly ass colorways in and not give a fuck about a couple years later, or a couple months later, really. What has happened to this shoe is happening with the Tinker. Granted that the Tinker 3 is a better looking sneaker, but as you guys can see, Tinker 3s are on sale now, and it's just because they release more colorways that we really didn't need. And then hopping off the 312 train, we hop over to the Foamposite train, and I just want to know who out there is still buying Foamposites in 2019. Now, not all foams are bad, but what I mean is these types, the all over floral print, the all over purple camo joints. And I know what I said they weren't as bad in person, but I'm still not about to buy them shits. And then we have this white, black, and red, kind of reminds me of a graffiti colorway on the Foamposite. I said it once and I will say it again. Nike, put the foams in the vault. Please leave them alone, because the colorways that have been dropping are ass. The only good one, I will say, the next colorway, not bad. Black, blue, and orange, not bad. But that's because it reminds me of an old Air Foamposite Pro, not one of these new crazy colored graffiti white black splatter print all over the front. Like, come on, bro, who's buying these shits? Now if you like this shoe and you want to buy it and you cop it, hey, listen, man, good luck. I hope you're able to walk in your store and get these shits on sale, maybe even at the outlets. Hey, if you want them, hopefully you can get them at a discount, because in my opinion, they need to stop with the foams, put these joints in the vault, and when y'all come back, just drop the pearls and we can see where it goes from there. Now, up next, we have the Air Jordan Nova 20 for the ladies out there. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Y'all can see the shoe, and I'm gonna just let Small Feet Gang, the ladies, chime in. Is this a shoe that y'all would buy? Because I don't know, I'm 98% sure most of y'all would not spend money on this shoe. This shoe is ugly. Sometimes I think it's funny because some of these shoes you have to get a sample in first, and you could have stopped it there. We would have never seen the shoe. It would have never dropped, and now they're gonna drop. They're gonna go on sale, and people are gonna cop them up for how much ever they go on sale for, and have these ugly shits on their feet. This is like an even worse version of the Rebel Air Jordan 1 for women out there. And you know, I apologize. I'm sorry, Small Feet Gang. I don't know why they do this type of stuff to y'all. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all did get love with the, you know, the satin black toes and satin shattered, and I guess dudes was buying them up too. So, man, it's tough. It's tough for Small Feet Gang out there. Okay, so JB, I think, you know, I feel like they were definitely listening, and now we have this Air Jordan 12 right here. Now, this one is called the dark gray Air Jordan 12. So I'm kind of, you know, hesitant to call it a flint gray, because obviously it's already a little bit different with that metallic piece on the midsole. I don't know why they put the metallic piece on the midsole. Just make them all gray. Why are y'all being difficult? But still, this is probably going to be as close to the flint gray 12s as we get for a long time. So I'm probably gonna be picking these ones up. I really do like the flint gray 12s. I've almost picked up an older pair, but I was just hoping that they would rather just do a retro. All right, so next up we actually got a release date, or an official release date, for the Nike and Off-White Waffle Racer. Now, these are going to be dropping on October 24th. Now, I've talked about each colorway already, which one I like the best, and that one, of course, is the white, gray, and tan pair. Now, I believe this will be a women's only release, so the sizes might be too small for me to even participate, but if you can cop and wear them, October 24th will be your day. Now, we also have some news of that UNLV pair of off-white dunk lows that are dropping. These should be coming out around October, so sometime next month we should be seeing these new Nike dunks, all these different colorways. The different ones we'll be talking about dropping very soon. Next up, we actually got another leak. This one's coming from JB, and this is, once again, supposed to be dropping. This is a rumor as of now, but a pine green Air Jordan 1 should be dropping in 2020. As you guys can see right here, is very, you know, similar to the pine green ones that we already have. This time, instead of white though, it's more of a black and green upper. It's more Air Jordan 1s, it's black and green. I mean, as long as they don't make it with some shitty materials or something, I'm pretty sure these won't miss. Now, we also got a look at the Yeezy 500 Stone colorway. Now, the difference between this Yeezy 500 and most that we've already seen is that, as you guys can see on the upper, it is a neoprene. Very similar to what they did with the Magnet Yeezy 700. Now, the way that they place it on the 700, I think it looks a bit better than the Stone 500 pair. I definitely don't have anything against neoprene, but maybe just sticking to that all over really nappy suede and leathers on the upper would have been a little bit better than this neoprene. But we'll just have to wait and see. These are supposed photos of what they should look like in November, of course, coming in this year. Now, next up, we actually got another Yeezy leak. This is another pair of Yeezy 350 V2s. No more V3 news as of right now. Now, this pair is called the Yecheil or Yecheil. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but as you guys can see on the upper, you have what seems to be a black and red, tan, and maybe yellow on the upper. Now, you guys know I've been asking for more color from Yeezy. Now, I honestly just wanted more color on the 700s. They're trying to put some more different knits and colors on the 350s, which is fine. And honestly, I don't really have any problems with this pair. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's basura. As of right now, there is no solid release date yet, but if we're seeing them already, I'm just gonna assume, and plus it's a 350 V2, we've been seeing a million of those. I'm gonna assume we're gonna see this, I mean, before the end of the year. I know Black Friday is supposed to be the all black 350, so probably gonna be closing out the year somewhere with this pair right here. Next up, for anyone that has been waiting for flint gray Air Jordan 13s, in 2020, they should be re-releasing. Now, I don't have any official photos other than, yes, in 2020, I just have info, in 2020 the Flint Gray 13s should be dropping. All right, so we only got a few more and then we can go ahead and hop up out of here. So these next two, I believe Z Sneakerheads made the mock-up. Now this first one is the Particle Gray Air Jordan 1. I've seen this one on Sneaker Bar Detroit. In my opinion, if they look like this, it's going to be a very easy pass. I know Jordan 1s are boring, but these shits are extra boring, and this just seems like $170 because, as you guys know, the prices will be increasing. $170 I'm going to keep in my pocket on the hip. Now another photo that I believe these sneakerheads dropped, another mock-up, was the reverse pair of grapes, and you know, I'm not mad at them. I actually, you know, if they look like the mock-up, it's a strong possibility that I copped. I really like the Grape 5s. I really like the Bel Air 5s. I just wish they would have had an option just to put laces in them, because the leather on the Bel Air 5s was so much better than my 2013 pair. The 2013 pairs, the leather on them shits was hard as bricks, if we're just being 100% honest. But yes, in 2020, this should be what's dropping, the reverse pair of Grape Air Jordan 5. Now we also got more photos. Once again, this is coming from Sneaker Bar Detroit. Shouts out to them. I seen that they posted some more photos of the What the Air Jordan 4, and when I seen the photos before they were on feet, I was like, okay, the leather looks like super thick. The leather looks like it's gonna be really good quality. You know, these might not be too bad in person. And then I seen them on feet, and I don't know, maybe it's how they lace them, maybe it's how they have them on, but these joints just look horrible on feet, unfortunately. You know, What the Air Jordan 4, you want that joint to bang. You want that to be a banger of a colorway, and unfortunately, it kind of just looks like an all over white Air Jordan 4s, and they just threw on different pieces and materials from other colorways with no real rhyme or reason. They're just tossed on here, there, blase blah, everywhere. They're just different parts of 4s, and I really don't think it works out very well on this shoe. And now to go ahead and close out this week, you guys know we talked about the Cactus Plant Flea Market Air Force 1. This week we have another colorway coming out in an all over black Air Force 1. These are worn by A$AP Rocky on that black Air Force activity. Now, these are a little bit different because, of course, they do say Flea and Nike on the outside, but this is just a black and 3M colorway. We're still waiting on info. I have no info on the shoe. I just know that I'm probably gonna be copping at least one pair. But other than that, that's it, man. Y'all let me know, did I miss any Basuda this week? Did you cop anything this week as well? Let me know down below, and are you looking forward to anything that we talked about today? But other than that, man, that is it, bruh. Much love to all the fan followers and of course supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Snapchat. The Snapchat is bull.cb, by the way. Here, there, blah blah. Of course, I ain't got no shoes, so bull.rc. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. You know, guys, sorry for the absence, but you know, life, once again, life is really happening right now. But I promise I'm gonna get back on it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love as always. Peace.